Well, welcome back to the Tim Rumler podcast, where we deep dive into the stories and the lives of those people who leave a positive impact, whether it's in business, sports, education, or otherwise. We believe everyone's got a great story to tell. Today's guest is no exception. Cameron Ridley. Cameron is widely known in the Lansing area for his thriving DJ business, DJ Darknezz. And when I say how is business, Cam, his response would definitely be that it is booming. His DJ business is thriving, and it's a story to tell. But Cam's story goes much deeper than that. So let's get right into it. Cameron, welcome to the program.
Hey, Tim. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Cameron, for those people, particularly in the Lansing, Michigan area, what do they know Cameron Ridley for?
First and foremost, I think they would know me as I was a football player in the area, a very good one. I wouldn't say great because I'll let them say that.
Yep.
Other than that, I started out as a dancer. I had a little dance crew, and we won all the talent shows. So, like most people know me as, oh yeah, that's the breakdance guy. So that's how it all started out, pretty much. So yeah. Hopefully a great guy too.
Absolutely. Cameron, let's go back to the beginning. As a friend, I happen to know a little bit about you in your youth and growing up in the Albion area, and then you moved to Lansing. Can you talk a little bit about those early years? Because I think that's important for people to understand someone's story and where they come from and how they conduct themselves from their early childhood as best as you can. Siblings, were you a good student? What sports did you play? I know it's a lot to throw at you at once, but can you give me a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I was born in Jackson. We lived in Albion. Well,
Yep.
you're an Albion guy, so you know the hospitals. We had to go over to Jackson just to have birth. uh, I only lived in Albion until I was about 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Mom moved us to Lansing, and I have two siblings, two sisters.
Yep.
They're older. I'm the baby, of course, the baby boy.
Yep.
As a student, I had no choice but to be a good student. Mom was mom was no joke. So mom was mom and dad. So I had a single mother. You know what I mean? Single mother home.
Absolutely.
And she played both parts very, very well. Very well. I think more of the chastising, teaching respect, um, always carrying yourself a certain way, and always being a great person.
Sure.
And having a big heart.
Sure.
I played probably every sport. Like she kept me in every sport to keep me busy, so you don't get in trouble. You know what I mean? So that was one of the main things, because in my era, it was a lot of gang activity when the gangs were starting up. So they were trying to recruit all the little kids. I didn't have time for that.
Sure.
And when I wasn't in the sport, she had me at the park.
Sure.
When I wasn't at the park, I was either with the neighbors, going camping, going seeing different stuff. Like I was always out and about, or I was back in Albion or Battle Creek with my family during the summers. So I had no chance of getting into trouble.
Being still here in the Lansing area, are you still tight with a lot of their friends growing up?
Yes, all of them, like lots of them. Like, yeah, it's more of a family thing. Mom did Sunday dinners every Sunday at her home. And when I say Sunday dinners, I mean, well, you Albion, you know how they cook.
Yep.
But it was the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it was from gang members, drug dealers, whoever, whatever. Like you came to Miss Ridley's house, to Jackie's house to eat. And she didn't care if he was in the gang, whatever, but none of that happens at her house.
Right.
You come here, you eat, you have a good time, and she teach you respect. So by 7th, 8th grade, she was Mama Ridley. Everybody, that's Mama Ridley right there. That's Mama Ridley. That's right. Nobody. The respect was out of this world. So right. I couldn't. Tim, I'm gonna tell you this. I tried to do bad stuff, and people wouldn't allow me to.
All
because
the eyes were
of my
watching you.
because of my mom. I ain't, nope. Yeah, you ain't getting me in trouble. That's what they would say. So yeah, upbringing was very strict, but now as an adult, I understand why.
You went to the Everett school system, correct?
Sexton.
Oh, excuse me, Sexton. I apologize.
Yes.
Sexton. I knew that. Sexton, and there had to be an influential, whether it be teacher or coach, that really stood out that guided you through those years. Can you elaborate
Yes.
on that?
Sexton, it was Coach Lyle McFadden.
Okay.
He was the offensive line coach, but he also was everybody's dad. If you needed anything, he got it for you. You needed a ride, you needed shoes, you need whatever you needed. Coach Lyle McFadden was the guy. He pushed you to limits where you think you couldn't reach.
Okay.
And it's the support. He would show up at different sporting events. I mean, I'm not just saying for me. This was like the whole team. Like I don't know. Sometimes you thought he was in two places at one time. He was an amazing man. Amazing. Yes, Coach
That's
Lyle
awesome.
McFadden. Yes.
And then after college, you had the opportunity to go to Carthage College, or excuse me, after high school, to go to Carthage College, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Play ball.
Carthage. Yes. Yeah, football. Football. I played football at Carthage College. It was I chose the farthest way from home, just to branch out
Were
to
you
see
recruited?
the
Were
world.
you recruited more locally as well?
Yes. Was Central, Grand Valley, all the schools around here, not Big Ten or anything like that,
Yeah.
but smaller schools, D2, smaller Division One, double A's, that type of schools. And Carthage, I chose because it was the farthest.
Sure.
And it was right on the water, right? It's on the water of Lake Michigan, the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And it was beautiful when you walked up there. Then they said you would play right off the bat. So yeah, I didn't want to sit here or anything.
So you got down to Carthage. What did you envision yourself doing right after college?
Right after college, I envisioned on like any other football player thinking I'm gonna go to the NFL.
Yeah.
So I did like the little national all-star game and all that good stuff, little tryouts, whatever. Didn't work out,
Yep.
but I had someone at home, so I would come home frequently, and Wendy was in Michigan State at the time.
Sure.
So, and yeah, you know how that goes.
Yep.
Yeah, as a guy, we'll leave it at that. So that's what ended up happening. So I came back home and began to work.
Got it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, let's get right into it here, know you in the Lansing Grand Ledge area for your time at Sundance Chevrolet. Tell us a little bit about your role at the dealership. What did you really like about working there, knowing you're a people person? Tell me a little bit about
It was the work was not hard. I started out as a lot guy.
Yeah.
Just moving cars, organizing the lot, all that good stuff as a lot guy. That's what they
Yep.
call it.
Yep.
And I did that. Sole purpose was I was playing semi-pro football,
Okay.
and the schedule worked. So it wasn't supposed to be a long term.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was just, hey, I can get a paycheck and then go to practice and live life, like play football. And what ended up happening is I went to sales.
Mm-hmm.
I did sales for a year. Wasn't for me.
Sure.
Even though people person, it was the time.
Yeah.
Like you worked from ding to dong whenever your phone rang. At that time, whenever your phone chirped, because it was Nextel.
Back in the day.
That just said our age right there. That just said our age. You didn't have I couldn't texting wasn't that cool then.
No.
So you work nonstop. So I went in and I tried to quit, try to departure. And Terry Hanks and John Vaselli, owner and GM, was you're burnt out. You just need a break. So take these 4 days off and come back on Monday. We'll have something for you. And that's when I came back. They appointed me to inventory manager.
Okay.
and that was for 4 years in, I do believe. After 3 years like guy, 1 year salesman.
Sure.
And the whole tenure, I end up staying at Sundance for 20 years. 20, yeah, 20 years. So yeah, I put in 16 years as a man. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I'm here telling you this, and I'm thinking, like, man, I did 16 years as an inventory manager.
That's a
And
long time.
for people around our area that know Sundance, they're known to have minimum of 1,500 cards on the lot.
Yeah.
Now that's on the lot.
Yeah.
1,500 cars. They're not talking about the 1,200 that's on the other lot that I got to go through and control, as well as the 15 and control and get them all recon.
What was it like being the character he is and the savvy businessman? What was it like working for Terry Hanks?
Terry is let me see, nothing like what people think. He's all about business and he's all about his customers. He's fair.
Mm-hmm.
To him as a businessman, he's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't see it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me a lot of insight on business. That's what like made it really special.
Sure.
Like he would pull me off to the side before like when I was just getting into my DJ business.
Yeah.
Actually, he was the guy that told me I did when I first started out. Quick story: when I first started out DJing, messing around, I went to him and said, "Hey, let me do the Christmas party." His first line was, "Oh, you DJ?" And I was like, "Yeah, let me do the Christmas party." And his first thing was like, "Yeah, but I ain't paying you, but you can come do it." So that was the first thing he said. So I was like, "Okay, cool, done deal." And so I get there, I'm doing my thing. He walks up to the table and he says, "How do you work for me?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You're great. You're great at this. This is your calling. This is great." And I said, "Oh, I mean, it's fun to me.
Yeah.
Don't see it as a job. This is fun. This is extracurricular. You know what I mean?" And then he said to me, actually it was Julie. He told Julie, "Hey, go pull these paperwork for me." At this time, really didn't understand what he was doing, and he said, "You need to come up with a name for your business, and I'll get you going. I'll get you going because you need to actually pursue this. You're still gonna work for me, but you need to you need to like look into this, pursue it." And him and the GM John Baselli, he had children that was in the Darknezz system, school system at that time.
Yep.
And he was like, "Oh, the school will be having dances. Let's get you set up over here." So I started doing the school dances. And what I would do is I would go to work, and like junior high, they get out of school 2:30. Dances start at 2:45. Dances at junior high is only an hour and 10 minutes.
Yep.
So he would tell me, "Bring your gear to work, take your lunch, go punch out, go do this gig, come back to work." So I did that for a good, I think 2 or 3 years, man.
Wow.
2 or 3 years where they supported what I was doing. It's business. So
that's blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good yeah. So it was I was pretty lucky, I could say. So as an owner, for him to support me with my business endeavor, it was amazing.
So you went from Sundance and then meshing the two together, beginning the DJ business, DJ Darknezz, and working at Sundance. Let's get right into this. So at what point, and from a business perspective, this is what interests me. When did you know you could cut ties with Sundance, so to speak, and then move on and do your own thing? Had you always thought about that? Had you always thought about that and wanted to do that?
Yes, but I was so afraid. As a working human being, you get accustomed to knowing, like I was salary, so I knew every Thursday what my check was. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I'm sitting there, you do the math, you sit there and do the math, even though I got a gig almost every weekend. Every weekend, like boom, I'm somewhere, I'm doing a wedding, I'm doing something.
Right.
But it wasn't hard then. It was okay, yeah, I can I can juggle both. But then it was when the wife and I started having children.
Hmm.
So then you start missing out,
Right.
missing out, missing out, missing out. And she studied moving up in her career. And I did, and honestly, Tim, it was maybe just like a year ago. It set in. Like the business started when I started turning people away, like, oh, I'm booked. Oh,
Yep.
I'm booked.
Yep.
And then I looked at my calendar and I'm already halfway booked through next year. So I'm like, hold on, what am I doing? And then it was one of my friends, Brian Digital, one of the best photographers in the area. He he was in just to get an oil change, and we had just did 3 weddings together. Like this is what's funny. We just did 3 weddings together. He came in and got an oil change, and so we sitting there chatting, and he broke it down to me. He's like, "Yo, I worked at GM for 10 years, and I just started my little camera, taking pictures, got really good at it, and he left GM. Like he left GM.
Yeah.
So he broke down the science and the math to me, and then he put it in hours term. When you put it into hours term, you're working 40 plus hours a week,
Yeah.
bringing home X amount of dollars.
Right.
Then you work 6 hours, say on a Friday, then you work another 6 hours on a Saturday, and you make X amount of dollars when that X amount of dollars would take you 4.5 weeks for 12 hours
Right. Right.
to bring home.
Agreed.
And I never looked at it like that, Tim.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Then he, like, when he said it, it clicked. So
Sure.
that's when you pull out a notepad and start jotting. Start jotting.
How quickly, when you made that, when you severed that employment, then so to speak, with Sundance, were you able to fill your calendar up going forward?
Uh,
Did some of
Tim,
the
I'm gonna be
obligations of Sundance moving aside now open up your calendar? Not, I'm not talking about, a lot. Everybody knows a lot of the events are, of course, towards the end of the week and the weekend.
correct.
Okay,
Correct.
so
Yes.
were you able to fill up that latter part of your week for the next extended year pretty easily?
Timmy, it was already filled up. That's the part. That's what got me. Like
Right.
I looked at the calendar, it's like I'm booked already a year and a half out. And so I'm sitting there, like the math comes into play, like
Sure.
math and hours. So you looking
Sure.
at holy. So technically, I'm gonna gain time.
Right.
Something you can never get back is what I
Right.
gained.
Right.
And with my children being 16, 14, and 12,
Sure.
I get more time.
Okay. So let's do this now. It's easy. The math makes sense, but the intangibles, was your wife and children always behind you to go after your dream to do this?
My wife, yes, yes. Um, I call her my sugar mama. So yeah, we were we were okay, but like she
Okay.
pushed it.
Yes.
Her parents pushed it.
Yes. Yes.
We're all back in like
Sure.
you always hear that saying, man, I should have did this a long time ago.
Yeah.
But you gotta take the aspect and look into it as
Hmm.
it's timing,
Sure.
and everything happens for a reason in a certain time.
Yep.
So like when you know, it's hard to explain when you try to explain it to people, like that sense, when it's time.
There's no more difficult decision in the world, and I haven't had to make it yet. But for someone to give up that steady paycheck to go solo on their own when that paycheck's not guaranteed to come in every week. Now, you in your case knew that because you had it reserved, you had events scheduled out. You had
Correct.
reasonable assurance that you were going to make it, but not everybody has that. And to be able to cut ties like that, that's one of the hardest decisions a lot of people have to make. What were some of the roadblocks, if any, that you ran into in the beginning? Was it material goods, speakers, or sound tables, or anything along the way, or was it just scheduling or balance of life? Or was there any other roadblocks that you didn't expect to come along the way?
Equipment wise, totally fine. Wife and family has helped with that years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that was okay.
Sure.
It was more of not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
With the time.
Yeah.
But then that's when I started making lists of stuff to do, because the first couple months I had to keep myself busy.
Monday through Friday?
Yes, Monday through Friday. I had to keep myself busy because it was all new to me.
Yeah.
It was all new. So it was like, oh my. And how new it is for the audience. I left Sundance Chevrolet December 30th, 2021.
Yeah.
So this is all new to me. This is still new. I mean, I'm 6 months in, seventh month of not working from 7:30 to 5 for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So this is still new, and I'm still learning and grasping everything and all the concepts.
You're learning as you go, for sure.
Correct.
What's social media marketing? And I happen to know, but tell the folks a little bit about social media marketing. What did you have to use? What did you have to employ to get your business going, if anything?
Okay. Well, my company is Darknezz DJs.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Facebook profile. Well, I started out with a business page, actually a web page.
Okay.
Didn't get a lot of hits.
Okay.
Didn't get a lot of hits. So I created, I have a Facebook page personally. So then I turned it into my DJ page. It's Cameron Marquise Ridley.
Okay.
And it's Darknezz DJs, aka DJ Darknezz. I also have the real DJ Darknezz, because there's other DJ Darknezzes out there.
Okay.
So, and it's also, that's on Instagram. Right. And those two alone, hits after hits after hits. And then you can, with not being computer savvy, you just load your videos up.
Yeah.
Like you just record a quick video while you're doing whatever you're doing, you load it up, boom, it does it itself. You get the likes, you get everything, you get the following, you get the crowd.
Yeah.
Then by myself, I already had like 4,000 friends on Facebook. So then they get to sharing. When you have true friends, you know what I mean? And that's, a lot of people don't understand that part. People may like your stuff, but once your friends start sharing, it's the same as hitting the like button. Just hit the share button.
I was just going to ask you, especially, what the kids are doing nowadays. Do you use TikTok or anything like that? But here's my point with that. My wheels were quickly spinning. Even if you did paid advertising, let's just say for the Lansing area, you're not a one-man show, but you get what I'm saying. You're scaled to a point now where you're full.
Correct.
So even if you did use TikTok, and even if people did hit you up on that, you're saturated already. Your schedule's full.
Like Timmy,
unless you franchised out.
Right. I just booked number four event for 2024. 2020, 2023. 2024. Number 4 for 2024. And these are people that's at events that I'm doing to come up and, what do you have this date available? Yes, I do. What does it take to book you? You know what I mean? And it's, so I'm like right today, as we speak, today, July 8th, right? I have 4 events already booked for 2024.
Love it.
Not counting 2020. 2023 is almost complete.
Love it.
But 2024 it's amazing. I'm blessed. That's all I can say.
Let's talk what's really also led to your style. You're very, you're a people person, charismatic, but you also, when you're at the event, and knowing you as a friend, I know this, you get into the event. You're an MC. You look like you are making sure you're not just the DJ in the corner. You're making sure that those folks have a great time.
Yes.
And
yes.
And you involve them in that, and you take pride in that. You're talking about being a dancer and your group and breakdancing, all that in the beginning. But were you always that way at events?
Yes, it's more of, you gotta the most events I do, Tim, is weddings. I love weddings. They're personal. It's a personal setting.
Yep.
And I say on the mic right from the get-go after I introduce myself, if you're here, you're somebody special
Yeah.
because you're at a special event.
Yeah.
You may be a friend, you may be a cousin, or auntie, whatever. They invited you for a reason because they wanted to celebrate with you.
Well,
So
I happen to be a little tech savvy, Cameron. So we're going to share a little clip here real quick.
oh no, what do you
So
got? What
you
do you
can
got?
stay
What you
with us.
got?
You can stay with us just for a moment here, please. Uh, but I want to share with the folks this little clip, if I may, real quickly here.
Go for it.
Give me
Yeah,
one
Mr. Tech
moment.
Savvy.
Let's see if I can do this here. No, I may not be able to do this. Let's see.
Oh man.
But I had a little clip. Let's see. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, the breakdance. Hopefully the volume ain't up.
Let's see here. What
The
do I
volume
got?
up. I think the person that recorded said a bad word. Oh man, I can't believe you showing this. That's hot. Yeah.
You should take pride in that. That's look at the moves. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's fun.
That's so to whoever's listening, don't ever call the DJ out because I'm coming. I'm coming if you call me out. I take on any challenge.
That's fun. No, but in all seriousness, Cameron and you, Cameron's doing our wedding next August of 23.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
That's what hooked us, and that the folks that we talked to said you get him because he really involves himself in the event. So you folks who
hold on, Tim. Explain how you found me though.
Yeah, that's a great story.
That you put it on both sites.
So I put a post on a number of the Lansing, Michigan sites for DJ in August of 23. And I didn't know what kind of comments I would get on those posts. And I must have gotten probably 75, 80 comments. And no exaggeration, probably 55 to 60 of the 80 were Cameron Ridley. No doubt. Cameron Ridley. And with those comments, they said, like an MC, he leads the wedding. He makes sure everybody has a good time. He gets involved himself. He's not a fly on the wall. He takes care of business and has fun. Not takes care of business. He has fun at the event. He becomes part of the event. And that's what we're looking for. And if I can give any type of cue to anybody who wants to get your services as a DJ, that would be it. That would be the hook. So I can't wait. Can't wait.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit other about business. You are definitely a family man. We're going to get into that in a moment here. You are health minded, as am I. We're gonna get you running here soon.
I don't know about that, Timmy. I'm gonna try.
We're gonna get you running here soon. I don't know about the miles, but we'll get you out to one of the schools, either Sexton or Waverly, get you running some sprints with me. But we'll see if we can't do that. But you are big time into weightlifting and conditioning, and you weren't always into that, from what I'm gathering. And you just really started that. You were always health conscious and athletic, but you really started getting into weightlifting the last couple of years, and maybe even shedding a few lbs. Correct?
Yeah, Tim. I it started with I've always had a mindset from sports.
Yeah.
Okay, stay in shape, whatever.
Sure.
I let it get away. From me. Mm-hmm. I saw a photo. It was a photo. And I looked at when you take that double look, like, hold on, that's me? You know what I mean? Like, I really look like that. Then I had to run to my closet. I looked at the shirts.
Yeah, the dad bod.
Right. I was like, man, I'm in some of these shirts are 2XLs. Like, oh man. I'm like, oh. So I weighed in, I want to say it was 262.8. So that's 263. Yep. 263. And I looked at it as, Tim, I'm 37 pounds from 300. Like that's how I tell everyone that that's what you look at. Like look at like you're this much away from 300. Not I'm 230, whatever.
Yeah.
But now I am. But
Yeah.
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 So I was on a mission. I I buckled down. I focused.
Yep.
I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how I felt.
Sure.
And I went at it. I went at it, and it took about a year and a month maybe.
Yep.
And the lowest I got down to was 223.
Yep.
And so I started growing a beard because my face looked something like I don't know if people thought I was on drugs or whatever. So I was like, let me put some hair on here. Never grew a beard before, so I grew a beard just to take away from the thin look because it was a quick kind of drastic change.
Sure.
But I felt great, and so then I registered for school.
Yeah.
So now I'm online school.
Yep.
We become a personal trainer, which that's going to be another endeavor where it's going to be RNS PT.
You'll be a natural.
Make it connect. And so then it's going to be where I'll book you for your wedding. 9 times out of 10, the bride and the groom want to look good for their wedding.
Yep.
All right, we can add in a workout, 6-month workout session. Make 1 and 2, make it come all together, Tim.
Full circle.
Full circle. Full circle. So I got a little ways to go. Took a little break. You know why?
Yep.
Took a little break.
Yep.
And just got to get my mental back right on the book part.
Conquest and DeWitt. Let's give them a little plug.
Yeah, Conquest Fitness and DeWitt.
So you probably roll in there to what, 8:30, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning?
Who, you do?
No, you.
No, it's no later than 6 a.m. Normally
That's
around
what I was
5.
getting at.
Yeah, normally between 5 a.m. and 5:30 is my time.
Hey,
yeah. Get it in and get it out of the way so you got the rest of the day.
Be successful. That early bird gets the worm, brother.
Early bird gets 2 worms because somebody's sleeping in.
That's right.
Yes.
Somebody's always coming after what you got, so you got to get them. You got to beat them to the punch.
Always.
Let's talk. Wrap this up, Cam. Let's talk a little bit about your immediate family. You have 3 kids, correct?
Correct.
Your wife and her name?
Wendy.
Yep.
Wendy is her name.
Yep.
I have a 16-year-old who is Jensen. My 14-year-old is my daughter Amira, and my 12-year-old, as of 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, Channing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir.
You guys are involved in your community. I know that. What else do you do any traveling? Any local restaurants you like to frequent? Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Myself, like our goal, the wife and I, is to show the kids the world. You know what I mean? Like, so we schedule vacations.
Yep.
Take the kids on cruises. They got to see the Bahamas, Universal, Disney, even Michigan. A lot of people don't understand how beautiful our state is.
Well, without a doubt.
Just go up north, or go left, or go right. There's something everywhere.
Cameron won't admit this, but he's also a grill master on the grill as well.
I wasn't gonna bring that up. I was gonna let that be. But yes, I like to dab a little bit on the grill.
We have to fulfill that invite. Come out there and have some food this summer.
Right, whenever you're ready.
I am. Cameron, I couldn't be prouder of what you've done. You know, you and I are from the same hometown. We know our families, but, if you and I are just starting to get to know each other the last few months, I couldn't be prouder of you and your business. Congratulations. You should be proud. And, more people should really, look at the path that you followed and the success that you've had in developing their business. This being a business podcast, but also just looking at people's stories. And you got a great one. You've done well. So congratulations. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
If people want to reach you, Cameron Ridley or DJ Darknezz or the real DJ Darknezz, where's the best places for them to reach you at on social media? Or email
Facebook,
or phone?
Facebook is Cameron Marquise Ridley on Facebook.
Yep.
Also, I have Arnett's DJs Facebook page, business
Okay.
page.
Okay.
On Instagram, it's the real DJ Darknezz.
Okay.
Email cmridley31@gmail.com. And
Okay.
also, what else I'm looking for?
Your cell.
Email. Oh, cell phone number 517
Yep.
898
Yep.
5852.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure. I will definitely be reaching out for that invite for the grilling out. It's been a pleasure, Cameron. Have a great afternoon, and we'll look forward to having you here in the Tim Rumler podcast here soon. Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you
buddy.
so much.
Take care.
Yep, you too.